Hello everyone. I hope you're doing well today. Welcome back to my channel. And today I have for you a yoga routine to sleep well. So people who find it difficult to fall asleep quickly, or it's just difficult for them to get good quality sleep, this will be helpful. So we'll start on our hands and knees under our hips and palms under the shoulders, and then we'll do a few cat cows. So this is generally to prepare your body to sleep better, to improve your sleep. And often irrespective of whether our routine involves standing all day or sitting all day, the lower back is one of the places we end up holding a lot of tension, a lot of stress. Now cat cow, as you can see, when we do this, what happens is we tend to open up not just the lower back but the entire pelvis. So doing that really goes a long way in giving you good quality sleep. So dip your waist, face out, breathe out, and then as you round your shoulders and tuck your chin in, breathe in. Do it at your own pace and gently. Feel free to stop, to pause wherever you feel necessary. And ideally, I would recommend that you do this practice at least 1.5 to 2 hours post your dinner, post your last meal. And you can also do this on your bed. So after a few cat cows, we'll slowly go down into a child's pose, Balasana. So now you will see my knees are far apart, and as I sit down, extend my arms forward. This is a great pose to improve blood flow into the neck, into the brain. And since this is a very relaxing, this is a very soothing and calming routine, you could also do it just prior to sleeping. So you can even do it on your bed and then you can just fall into sleep. That would be ideal. Just make sure that you do this with a minimum of 1.5 to 2 hours post your meal so that it doesn't interfere with your digestion. On that point, it is good if you could have, I know often it's not possible, but try to keep a good gap between your last meal and the time you hit the bed to sleep. Now, for the next variation, we'll go into Vajrasana, and then we'll slowly slide our hands forward and we'll sit back. And breathe. Sleep is the most important aspect of health, more than exercise, more than diet, more than anything, because that is the time when not just our body but our mind, everything renews itself, and we are able to kind of let go of a lot of things and bounce back. Most people who struggle to sleep generally suffer terribly because their body and their brain and their mind doesn't get a chance to recuperate. So, and it gives rise to a lot of other issues. So we'll repeat this. We'll open up our knees and we'll go into wide-legged child's pose. Now, if this is a bit difficult, if you have tightness in your hips and opening up your knees is a bit difficult for you, feel free to keep your knees where it's comfortable, where it's convenient for you and it doesn't put any strain on your pelvis. So, lack of good sleep often leads to a lot of other complications. For example, your cortisol levels will not go down significantly since you've not had restful sleep. Your brain, your mind will not get time, not get an opportunity, enough time, ample time to rest and recuperate. So there's a big chance you're going to have brain fog. Impulse control issues start to happen, and you'll find yourself reaching for high calorie snacks, and you will not get this feeling of satiation. So what happens is lack of sleep leads to a lot of issues. So if overall you're having serious health issues, then I will suggest that you give this routine a chance and start focusing on your sleep first. Again, we'll go back to Vajrasana, and then we'll extend our hands back and sit back. And make sure you breathe. And like I've always said, feel free to stop, to pause, and proceed when you feel comfortable. Because we have to allow ourselves to find the way. Forcing things never works. So if you have many health issues, if you have, let's say you have a problem with weight, it could be overweight, it could be underweight. If you have a problem, if you have an eating disorder, you're suspecting you might have an eating disorder. If you have any other thing, it could be hormonal, it could be skin issues, it could be hair related issues, it could be fertility issues, it could be anything. It could be excessive pain or fatigue. I would suggest seriously take a look at your sleep, the quality of your sleep. Now we'll go back onto our fours again, and this time I'll put my palms a bit forward and broad, and then I'll try to put my chest, get my chest as close as I can to the mat, to the ground. So what this does, it stretches out the upper body, especially the upper back, quite well, and kind of it's a very soothing stretch. Again, most of the times we are sitting upright. Now these poses really help in improving blood flow towards the neck and the brain and relax them. Especially if you have any kind of issues related to stress, if you have a lot of stress, if you have a lot of anxiety, if you find it difficult focusing on certain areas, or if you're facing challenges in multiple areas of your life, not just health alone, in relationships, in your financial state of affairs, or your career, I would suggest you start with sleep. Sleep gives you an opportunity, it gives your body a chance to recuperate, to rejuvenate. And then slowly things start to fall into place because you're able to think better. Your mind is better, and once your mind is better, your body follows. Now we'll lie down on our back. Take a few breaths just to ground yourself, to make yourself aware of your intention of sleeping well. Just pay attention that you're not holding your breath, because often when we have a lot of anxiety or we are stressed out, most of us resort to holding our breath. It's just very subconscious, it's very unconscious. Most of the times people who do it don't even realize it. So when you come for a yoga practice, it is to make a deliberate intention to breathe. Now we'll fold our knees, feet on the floor, knees bent. Now slowly bring both the knees in and hold them close to your chest and just stay there. Now this is also a nice posture if you have an issue of excessive thinking, if you feel your thoughts, what you're thinking, are not under your control, or if you ruminate a lot, then this is a really good posture, a really good pose. Especially, it's a very safe pose for you, for most people rather. So if you have any kind of trauma related issue that impacts you physically, mentally, emotionally, now this is a great way to just hold yourself safe. So you become your safe place. And now you can just sway a little side to side. Again, it's optional. If you don't want to do it, go ahead and not do it. Stay where you feel safe. Stay where you feel comfortable. Because our intention here, our goal here is to help you sleep. And now we'll raise both our legs straight up. Don't lock your knees out, keep them soft, and just hold your legs with your hands. So we're not trying to stretch, it's just like we're keeping our legs there. We're using our hands to just keep our legs there. That's it. Make sure you're breathing. Make sure you're not putting any excessive stress, and just be mindful that in order for you to do really well, sleep is one of the most important aspects. Now, with the kind of days we have, people have a lot of challenges in their life. So every day it's going to be something or the other. It is for most people. So if there are a lot of things that you want to change in your life, there's just too many things, then may I suggest that you start with sleep. If you cannot do anything and it's just a struggle, and you can't change your food, you can't change your environment, you can't change your career, you can't change your relationships, or you can't change the people around you, you can't change your finances, start with sleep. Sleep impacts your mental, emotional, and physical state, especially mental and emotional state. And once you get your mental and emotional state in order, your physical state and your physical world around you will slowly start to fall into place. The reality is that our surroundings, our environments are often an extension of ourselves. So if physically we are struggling, if emotionally we are struggling, then our environment outside is bound to show signs of it. So if you do not have control over a lot of aspects of your life, or it's just something that's too big and overwhelming, start with sleep. Get your sleep together. Find a way to sleep relatively better. It'll help you think better, it'll help you feel better, and you'll be able to take better decisions. And even when, like you see here, when my legs are up, knees are soft, and I'm just holding on to them without trying to pull them too close, and neither allowing them to pull my arms away. You should absolutely try not to feel any kind of excessive stretch or discomfort. If you do, please feel free to stop and do not proceed. Focus on relaxing and paying attention to what your body is telling you. A lot of people don't realize that sleep impacts our hormones. Sleep impacts all the chemicals in our brain, and ultimately those chemicals impact how we behave, how we act, how we feel, how we conduct ourselves. So I'm ending this practice here in Shavasana. Now, so that's why I also said you can do this on your bed and just go directly to sleep. So just lie down, focus on deep breathing, and be mindful, be grateful for having the ability to do this. Often we are very unkind to our body, we struggle with it, we don't give it the nurture and nourishment it needs, the care and affection and the love and the validation that it needs. We go seek it in different places, and then we end up being unkind and cruel to our body. So let's take this opportunity to be grateful for having an opportunity at life, for having a body that we can exercise, that we can do something about. And I hope you try this routine. I'm sure you'll sleep well. Do let me know how this goes, and thank you very much for being here. I'm grateful to each and everyone who comes and stops by my channel. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hello everyone. I hope you're doing well today.